What the is going on?
I like to party.
Jesus, honey, wax much?
This is Unwaxed
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
with Sophia and Sistine Stallone.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Unwaxed podcast with your favorite sisters, Sophia,
Sistine,
and wait, can we just say we're so freaking out we're about to do this, and I know everybody's been wondering what Chris looks like. And at first we thought we should keep the lore, but now, fuck the lore. This is Chris. Chris, say hi.
Welcome to the Unwaxed podcast.
Oh my God.
Wait, hold on.
This is kind of crazy.
I've actually why are my hands shaking right now?
I don't know.
I'm freaking out. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Really?
I'm feeling good. I'm still in my comfortable space over here, so
Yeah.
not behind too much of a bright light.
Okay.
We're feeling good.
I have a question though. So
Yes.
it took Sophia and I a really long time to like the way that we looked shooting this podcast
yeah.
because we would always just pick out minor
Yeah.
things about our posture or our face or our hair or oil on our face. And so are you doing that? Have you been doing that? Or are you totally just comfortable with the way you look?
I'm a dude. I think it's like a little bit different,
Very
but I feel fine about it.
No,
There's a little bit of nerve, but
Well, you know what's also okay. It's cool to sometimes have like a, anonymous person, like the man behind
Yes.
the mirror or whatever. It's like the Wizard of Oz vibe. But I also think it's kind of nice to put a face to a name and have a
agree.
like It's almost we've been what this has been like. It's been like Love Is Blind, and this has been Love Is Blind. Like you guys have all been falling in love with Chris from behind a wall.
That's so
true.
true.
And by the way, speaking of that show, I don't know if you've been watching Love Is Blind at all, UK.
I've caught some of it actually.
Unbelievable.
Can I just say, and this is so true, and this has just reaffirmed everything. You can fall in love with someone from behind a wall. You can love someone for their personality. But
Sophia.
but I'm telling you right now, it all goes away when that
Yep.
attraction is
Yep.
not there. It doesn't matter how kind they are. If you are not feeling it, it's over. And you can tell, by the way, and Sistine and I were peeing our pants last night. There was a couple that was on fire behind the wall. I was like, they're going to make it.
Well, to be fair, the guy was a 10 out of 10. We were saying, I think this man on Love Is Blind is, in all reality TV of all time, the hottest contestant ever.
Oh, yeah. And then she was super hot. They came together. They're like, oh, my God, we're both super hot. We're going to look. No, but I'm talking about the Playboy guy with the other girl. Who you could tell had a sense of entitlement a little bit, but they had a very good banter. And it was so funny because I can tell you on that show, when that music becomes bum, 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 opens the doors, you just
The editors did them so dirty
did
with
them
that.
so dirty. And you can just it's so funny that even through a screen, you can tell if
Yeah.
a couple is into each other or not. Like you can just see it. You can see real chemistry. And I love this show for that because
Yeah.
I totally understand like it's not all about looks and it's all about honestly like
But it
falling in
is.
love. But it's not even about like the hottest person in
But
the
it
room. Like
is.
you can but
I feel like it's the starting point, kind of. Like, if
Yeah.
you're not attracted, it doesn't even have to do with, like, how good looking they are, but, like, are you attracted to them? It's, like, a
100%.
pretty
Exactly.
important first step.
Yeah, because there's been so many people that I've gone out with that she has clearly not thought I was cute, that were cute. You would never think were cute, but I thought they were cute because there was something there.
Well, I have a question.
know?
When people say, I don't have a type looks wise, do you believe them? Because you're saying any sort of look, facial feature across the board, you'd go for. Like, I don't believe,
I know. I believe that you can say that there has been a trend of things you found attractive because I can say that maybe some girls are into really tall, like lankier
no, but what
guys,
I'm saying is
but
like
I don't.
any type. They're like, oh, I have zero type.
Nah, I feel like there's some things that you just don't like, but I think you can have multiple types. if
Yeah, okay,
that-
true.
if
Yeah,
that
I
helps.
agree. I
Yes.
agree with that. I agree with that. But this just show proves that it seriously can go away in a second if that energy, that connection and attraction's not there.
Yes.
And I wasn't looking for them to think, oh my God, this person's a walking Channing Tatum. But you can
Yeah.
look at a person and it's just their souls or like their energy. Like you just feel that energy, like oh, I don't even need to question this. Like there's a vibe here.
Yeah.
It's
like a gut thing.
it's a gut thing.
And we were just talking about how trusting your gut is pretty much everything when it comes to
yeah.
a relationship. And every single time you will go against your gut. And by the way, I would argue that on the first date, after the first 10 minutes, you know if you're going to see this person or not.
100%.
And if your gut says, I'm not that into it, but then the voice in your brain is going, well, I should give it benefit of the doubt. I should blah, blah, blah. You push it on longer and you're like, I should have just listened the first time.
For sure. And I said before in a couple episodes that you can give it 3 dates if it's a what if, maybe. But there is that thing that needs to be the reason for another 3 dates. Like if you're really just not feeling it and you're just forcing something, then cut it off after 1 hour. Don't even try for a third, second date. Honestly, I will tell you, being with someone that you're just like not vibing with on that level of, it's basically like Love Is Blind. Like everything else was connecting, and the moment we kind of really got to spend that one-on-one time together, I just felt like in my gut I just could not get there because there was it was so sad because poor Sistine was asking me why I could not take the next step with this guy. Like, why can't I just like let myself go? And I kept saying to her in a very generalized way, it's that it thing.
She's like, it's just a feeling. It's a feeling. I go, okay, what part of the feeling? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it an ick that he does? No, you don't get it. It's just a feeling. I'm like, fuck the feeling.
Okay.
Tell me what it
And so
is.
this
I
is the
get
thing. But you've got it.
I
because
get it.
This you're right.
That happened to me recently, and it's hard. It's even more frustrating when somebody asks you what it is because it's a
you
feeling.
can't
You never had that?
It's undefinable because
Maybe I'm more like analytical. Like I will know, I can pinpoint the reason why each of my situationships didn't work out.
But this is because this is the thing. Why this is a unique case, and I think this is why Chris gets it, is because, and every other way, this guy was great. Like I have nothing at all bad to say about him, but there was this unexplainable raw connection and feeling that I could not define, that just wasn't there. Like, and it's not, and I hate to say, like, it's not sexual. And that's what I hate saying sexual, because I don't want it to sound so surface level. And I think that that's why people, like, sometimes you go like, oh, like, why is she with him or why is he with her? There's just something there. They can be from polar opposites, lives and worlds and places, but there's that thing. And I think there's that soulmate connection. And that's also why I think it's really important to stay away from having too much of a type, because, and this is my problem, is that
this is your problem.
Well, I think a type, you have a checklist and it's kind of already planned out for you. And I think the part of like love is it's really exciting when you just find it out without even really realizing it. And that type could be totally different from you and you learn so much from them, you know? And so I think for me, and I was saying this on the show, I wanted to bring this up, was that anybody that's, 50-50 about something and they're not sure why, they can't really get into it, they like him a lot, but there is something missing. When you feel it with someone and you're really into them, it is unexplainable. Like, you just want to be around them. You love their smell.
It's so funny that you just said that, because I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday and she goes, I went out with this guy on our second date. I really liked him. Like, we got along so well, but he's not my usual type, so I don't know if I'm going to keep seeing him. And I said to her, do you think maybe the reason you, and I'll throw myself in there, and myself are still single is because the type that we've been going for hasn't been working for us, and maybe we should switch the type up? Like, maybe that's called adulting, growing up, evolving.
But it's really interesting when you kind of let that type thing go for a second, because I can tell you, Sistine watched me. I went out with a guy last year that, when I say he's polar opposite from me, this guy sails boats. Like, he is so different from he doesn't live in the state. Like, we don't like the same things. We don't have the same, like, nothing is similar. But we got along so well because that it thing was fulfilled, and it didn't matter. And it kind of shows you that all the other things I was just listing about this guy that was so great didn't mean anything to me in the end.
That's so wild.
Isn't that crazy?
But then at the same time, it's like, they'll mean something to some other girl.
Exactly.
And it's important to not let something continue, because Sophia and I always talk about how your body can like viscerally react to things when you have a bad feeling.
Yeah.
And I also get the struggle too, when you keep wanting to give someone the benefit of the doubt. At the same time, it shows that you're not a sociopath, right? Because clearly you care about his feelings.
Oh, I care about him so much. And
But
yeah, of course.
It's like you're hurting yourself more in the process, and you're not allowing someone to find him that's better suited.
Right.
But we were talking about how every time that we were in a bad relationship or it was just a tumultuous ending, our bodies would start like purging shit. Like it got so gnarly. I think my worst one was I just started getting like, this is so gross. Like, I started getting stress styes on my eyeballs.
So many
styes
styes.
To
are
the
the
point
worst.
where like
Swollen
one
eyes.
of them, my left eye was swollen shut.
It was
and
so
it would not
gross.
go what the second I broke up with him. Haven't gotten one since.
No.
Like,
And for me, you know, it's funny. You have it more.
and then
like,
I get
No,
hives.
yours are more physical. Like
Yeah.
hers, she has like styes and hives, and I've had hives
Oh my.
before. But styes and hives, no my. But for me, it's my anxiety, and I'm a lot more irritable, way more than ever. I start to like block it off by making a lot of excuses for this person, saying like, oh, it's because I'm scared to get into a relationship. So that's the reason why I haven't found that it thing is because I have a mental block. No. Or I'm like trying to convince myself otherwise that I'm the crazy one here when it's just, I'm not just saying that what it is. But what I also had was anxiety attacks. Also, what was crazy, I was like feeling so nauseous.
But
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I called Sophia out the other day. I said, you know, your moods have been a little up and down. I said it very politely, very like, ooh, like, you know, check yourself, but not in a mean way. It was like hell froze over in my apartment. She literally was like, don't trigger me, blah, blah, blah. And then the second she ended it with this guy, she was in a great fucking mood.
I think when it comes to this type of situation, guilt is unavoidable because they didn't do anything wrong. And it's like they're
Yeah.
doing everything right. And you're
And they're like a good person.
Yes.
You feel like
know
an
what I'm saying?
asshole.
I was recently in
and
this
you're like,
situation. Yep.
and the worst is when they're actually into you and they feel that thing and it's just not reciprocated, you know?
But what do you
The
say to a
absolute
girl
worst.
in that situation? Like, guys always say this. They go, I know you hate the cliche, but it really isn't you and it's me. Like, how would you end it with a girl that is great on paper? You guys just don't click though.
I try to avoid saying that because no one believes it at all, and I understand why. Like, because it's
Yeah.
been said so many times. So I try to say like what that means basically, and try to explain it in some sort of detail without it like being
Exactly
you know
that.
I
about
can't
the person's
imagine
character.
the reaction.
Do
is
you
great.
have you
It's
ever,
never good.
Have you ever been in a relationship and had those physical signs, those stressors? Like she's
Actually
had-
gotten into one like a
yeah, like
serious
how I
relationship.
said I would get like really nauseous and I get anxiety. She has stress and hives. Like, did you ever like physically ever feel something, or are guys just different in that way?
I definitely feel it, and I might be different. Like I don't know if I want to apply this to all dudes, but
Yeah.
I feel it in my body. But
Right.
that's more like casual dating, I would say. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
it's like if I'm with somebody already, like I probably feel at ease unless
Totally.
there's some kind of conflict or whatever going
I
on.
do think it takes a lot more for a guy to like really pursue a relationship than a girl would. Like I can't speak for all women and men, but like you and I will jump into it if they say it, absolutely. But guys sort of take their time a little more. So I do kind of see where Chris is coming from, where he goes, if I'm already in a relationship with her, I know I'm not going to have those.
Oh no,
Doubts
of course
and
not.
regrets
This is beginning phases when, and this is also to girls that feel. Oh, and you remember when we said on the podcast that one of the worst things you can do in a relationship is not be with someone just because you're lonely.
Me right now.
And it's and
right now.
And the problem is I think when girls start to feel this way, or even guys, and they're forcing something, is just because like, oh, I'd rather not be lonely, so I'll just stick with this person. But you don't feel good in it, and so you're thinking, what? Would you rather? I'd rather feel a little bit lonely for another few months, and then suddenly
No,
my
that's
person comes
true.
around, than
That's true.
force just having a buddy with me that I'm
You know
not
what?
even really
You know what
that
my
into.
brain is doing to me though right now. Me this time last year wasn't ready for a relationship. Like I wanted to get my mental health in check. I wanted to make sure I was feeling happy and healthy. My brain was happy. And now I'm feeling, wow, I feel like a different person.
Yeah.
I'm reformed. Lots of therapy sessions later. So I'm kind of just sitting here on my hands like, okay, universe, like bring the guy. Like I'm ready now. And it's not happening. So now I'm re-questioning old situations. And I'm thinking, shoot, I really hope that this sort of delusion I'm making up in my brain, if I like him or not, has nothing to do with the fact that I've just
Lonely.
desperate. I don't even know it's lonely because I'm not lonely. I live with you. I have friends.
That's true.
We see Chris. Like, lonely isn't a thing. I'm just like, I feel like Charlotte from Sex and the City. Like, I've been dating for 25 years. Where is he?
I'm tired.
Where is he? I'm tired.
No, I know. And I feel like that for you, that's my version of that is the pressure of aging and things like that, where I'm like, oh, I got to do it because I'm like 28. And I'll tell you guys, I woke up on my 28th birthday. So this is coming out obviously the following
You got to
week.
tell what I did.
Oh yeah. So let me kind of tell you. So obviously I turned 28, as you guys saw in the episode last week. By the time this episode is out, I'm gonna speak as it was yesterday, truly. And wow. So I woke up in the morning and Sistine had decorated the entire apartment, and it was so pretty with streamers, tons of balloons.
Did you take a picture?
No, I know, I completely forgot. I know. I was just
tough.
FaceTiming mom and showing her. And so I think I like processed that in my brain as like, stop, I'm sorry. But she got me my favorite cookies from 7 Gram Cafe, best cookies in the world. And it was just perfect. It like made me cry seeing all the beautiful decorations that you put in. And I didn't even think you were going to go that hard with it because I'm like, I'm 28. Like, who cares? And you made it just so special with my present sitting out there.
Well, I think Sophia got a little bit triggered because I got these 2 huge balloons that say 28.
no.
And I think she
so
froze.
So
I was
She was like, those are for me?
and I was like, that's the wrong color? Like, what did I do wrong?
So first, I'm tearing up because I'm like, oh my God, this is so generous. And I really was truly not.
China.
I was saying that because of that. And then my eyes got to the 28, the giant numbers that say 28. And I'm like, that's not me.
That can't be me.
That can't be me.
I'm 26 forever.
I literally was like, no, I'm still 27. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not 28. And it honestly hit me so hard that morning. You guys, I know people say it's my party, I can cry if I want to. I literally took that to my own hands and I did it. And I cried in the morning.
Welcome to the Sad Girl Birthday Club, by the way. I
know.
am sad every year on my birthday, and you love your birthday. Finally understand what it feels like.
Why are you sad every year on your birthday?
I just don't like my birthday.
Birthdays, you know what it is?
I like celebrating other people's. Just
I've never been upset on my birthday. This is the first year I've ever been upset on my birthday.
She went for like a 6-hour walk. I had no idea where she went. She left.
I'll wreck a
Yeah.
3-hour walk.
Oh yeah, I needed a therapy walk. I was like, she needs to really go through her like mental state. I had to like take a break and go, why am I feeling this way looking at that number? And this obviously, I know people are listening that are over the age of 28. I am promising you, I'm not saying 28 is old. I'm not saying 28 is washed up. I'm not saying 28 is bad. Let me just put that into consideration. But my thing was that I was first off seeing like all the friends sending me messages and then also the gifts and seeing the 28. I felt a little overwhelmed. And then I kind of was thinking like, oh my God, I'm 28. And my first initial reaction was everything that I've been kind of coached and trained on by society saying like where I should be at 28 came hitting in my head. I'm like, oh my God, like all my friends are engaged and I'm not. Some of my friends have a baby. I'm not. Some of them are buying a house right now. I'm not. And how do I feel about my career? It's a really fun career. I love doing this stuff. Like this is really creative and exciting. And this is like nothing I would ever want to trade anything else for. But it's a lot because it's like not something that you're ever fully secure with all the time. Like being a creative, you're going to go on your really good highs and then it's a long period of lows for a second. And it just felt like, I'm like, am I doing anything right? Am I proud of myself? Like, did I do anything for my 27th year that was that great? Which in hindsight, there are a lot of milestones that I did hit in that 27th year, but it just really pissed me off that I was being so hard on myself about being 28 because I'm like, now I'm in my late 20s and I know that sounds so dumb, but like that's how I felt at the time. And it was just, it was really weird because I have never had that feeling before. Like I have never felt my age, if that makes sense. Like I feel like, okay, I am 28. I don't know how to.
No, that makes sense.
If that makes sense.
I think you have a really bad habit of trying to beat the clock.
Yeah.
Like you're always trying to get ahead of time. And for you, and I think I'm sort of developing that same characteristic. Putting these sort of benchmarks of what age you're supposed to accomplish what and get married when and have a first child then it does nothing for you. If anything, it's gonna make you more angry, more stressed. Like my therapist told me one time, she said, how often do you look in the mirror and you point out like the pimples or like the bad eyebrows or the nose looking funky, whatever? And I said, well, a lot. And I can assume that a lot of people do that. She's like, but how often do you look in the mirror and you say, like, oh my God, I look so good today? Or like, my hair looks really shiny today. The point of me saying that is you're constantly training yourself to always be angry with where you're at instead of being grateful for like how far you've come. You know what I mean? Because like you've done
100%.
so much, but you give yourself no credit
No
for it.
credit. I'm so hard on myself. I'm like really my toughest critic. And it was funny because I had this conversation with Dad that morning and as I was walking and I was kind of just expressing all of these kind of worries in my head. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And he was also putting into his relation. He goes, what was I doing at 28? I was doing this. And like all of this stuff that wasn't even close to like what I'm doing now. But he was like, Sophia, no one gives a shit what you're doing. No one gives a shit that you're not in a relationship. No one gives a shit that you're not at this milestone point of your life. He goes, literally, you care too much.
You really do.
You care too much about yourself in some ways and for what other people think in some ways. And you care too much about like what you need to be at some point.
But do you care about what the public or just strangers or your friends perceive you as and judge you as at this point in life?
No, it's more for myself, I would say.
I was gonna say,
like,
because like everyone thinks about themselves.
yeah, no, I know. But it's still like, it's that reminder, like, stop giving a shit. Like, stop caring so much. And I also think that a big thing that I did sit with myself, and I wrote this out about like what I want to do for my 28th year. And I almost treat like my birthdays more like a New Year's because I do think like that's kind of even more
That's what
special.
I've been saying.
Yeah, and you're right. And it is more, I think it's bigger than a New Year's because this is like, okay, this is the next phase of my life.
Era.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, there's a lot of things I actually want to get done this year. So I wrote it down. And then I said this quote to Sistine, and I know it's funny to say who said this quote because you're like,
but it hits so
hard
deep.
because I'm like, I'm not happy in these areas, and I want to get to this point. Okay, if I'm not happy and I've been doing the same shit for 3 months, clearly I'm the problem. And Theo Vaughn,
Bod legend.
he
Theo Vaughn.
said this, and it's so simple, and it seriously just changed exactly what I needed to do. And it says, nothing changes if nothing changes. That's what he said.
Nothing changes if nothing changes. Sophia said that to me this morning, and I actually had to excuse myself to sit alone for 10 minutes. And I just thought about how simple it was, yet how true it is. It's like we expect people to make the change or the universe to make the change.
Yeah.
Fuck the universe, fuck the people.
Yeah.
Like if you want something, you have to go do it.
You have to go do it.
Yeah.
If you're lacking inspiration, go somewhere outside of your comfort zone and get it. If you're upset, if I'm upset about not finding my guy, let me go to different places that are not just the same route that I've been doing for the last year in New York that actually could open some doors and other
That's the thing.
possibilities.
There's an excuse for everything.
There's always an excuse, but nothing will change if nothing will change.
Tattoo it on your forehead.
Seriously.
Nothing changes.
It was
nothing
honestly, it hit
changes.
hard. So if anyone's feeling like they're not their place in their life, they're feeling behind, please don't do what I did on my birthday. By the way, I had a really great rest of the night. I had a fun dinner with all my girlfriends. It stopped at 12 p.m. And then after that, I was like, all right, I'm about to have fun. And I had a really good ending to the birthday. And thank God for Sistine because she made it really, really special.
What, when you threw the cake in my face?
Yes. That was what made me feel better.
You know what was weird about that situation, though? So we had this gorgeous chantilly cake.
From
half
Whole
of it
Foods.
left. Yeah, Whole Foods.
Whole Foods makes the best
Whole Foods
cake.
sponsor us. Chantilly cake.
I would, if you guys
Please.
put a cake here every single podcast episode, I would sponsor it for free.
divine, and it was $40. $40
No, for a good
the best cake ever.
For a really good cake.
Regardless, we had like 2 pieces left, and we said, okay, we'll take it home. So we're walking after her dinner, and for some reason, I just felt the urge to like have it on my face. Like I don't know why. Like I don't. No. I just felt like a child again, and I was like, just cake me. I don't care. I just wanted to, and she did.
Wait, have you been seeing the scary things about smashing cakes in people's faces?
Oh
How
God,
it's super dangerous.
No.
No, you mean on the table?
Yeah. So how you never actually just PSA. Do not. We already knew that there was nothing in this cake. Do not smash someone's face in a cake unless you know that it's totally cake level layering.
And don't do it on a table.
Because there's been so many times where cake artists have like stuck things in the middle,
Ugh.
and people have like gotten their eyes poked out.
Ugh.
or I saw this one video where like an older brother smashed his sister's face while she was going to blow out the candles, but then like hit it too hard and smashed her face on the table really hard.
Yeah, but no, it's like it's more the things in the cake. If you're not very sure where the cake is from, what they have in it, it can like
That's
puncture an
gnarly.
eye.
Can you imagine like death by like
Cake.
wedding
That
cake?
sounds, you know, it sounds like a Final Destination
Yeah.
part, like scene. Like
It's
that's
so
a Final
true.
Destination scene. Like they put like needles.
I
in
don't
the
know
cake.
what would be worse, like that or like a coconut falling on you. Like that's embarrassing.
Honestly, we were thinking about this
death
in
by
Palm
coconut.
Beach.
Like
What are like the worst,
God.
like worst embarrassing deaths? Like coconut hitting your head.
Coconut's pretty
Coconut's
bad.
pretty
It's
bad
just so
'cause-
goofy. It's like the banana
That's the-
peel like
Yeah. Oh my
equivalent.
god. I'm also trying to think of another really embarrassing death. Like coconut's probably my top.
What about on the toilet?
Dying.
You
on
just
the
have a
toilet.
heart attack on the toilet. I think
Yeah.
that's how Elvis died.
So
That's so gnarly. That's so gnarly. Oh my god.
exposing.
Like what do you? You know what I'm scared of? That they just not-
Defecating after you die.
No.
Oh,
It's a good place for that. I was just thinking that.
right. That's
Yeah.
the first thing I thought of.
Efficient,
Right.
clean.
Yeah, it's very clean.
Death by bicyclist. Me not just like walking.
That happens a lot though.
Like a bicycle. But no, you get like seriously. But that's so
and there's something more
a
obscure.
bicycle.
More obscure.
A tricycle.
tricycle.
Like lightning. Lightning would be crazy.
Death by
Or
lightning is
like
kind of sick.
like a billboard falling on you. Like something that would just would
piano.
never or like
A piano.
or like a cow stampeding you. Like nothing that should make sense.
Oh, like a cow
Something
stampede.
just so random.
A cow stampede. What a specific one.
Or like rabies.
Rabies?
Can you die from that?
Yeah, for sure.
If it's not treated, you're like, yeah, you can die by rabies. It's crazy. I know. Death by Pomeranians. That's
Oh.
that. My death I would accept is if a golden retriever farm, just all these golden retrievers.
I
can all
wish
start
I
being
knew
suffocated.
like how I was gonna die. Is that weird? Would
You
you
want
want to
to
know?
know?
Would you want to know if you had the option of how you were gonna die?
No.
Does it include like time, place, like all that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I would
Okay,
say,
yeah, I'd say
yeah.
yes.
I think I'd tell you like how and when.
It's tough,
I know.
especially from the conversation we were just having. Because what I was gonna say about all that, like getting older and stuff, the way that I get over that anxiety now is I use my own neuroticism against itself, sort
Oh.
of. So like, I'll get into a weird loop of like, oh, like I wish I spent these years like differently, or I
Yeah.
spent my time kind of differently. So what I do to prevent myself from thinking about that is I'm like, well, I don't want to waste right now, so I better do something intentionally, and not have that same concern in the future.
But you're very self-aware for doing that.
So you
yeah,
mean,
it took
you
time.
Mean you
Yeah.
counteract it by doing something that would make you go, okay, I'm glad I did that. Or
Yeah, I know I'm gonna be neurotic no matter what, so
Yeah.
I just use it against itself so that
That's-
I avoid like future anxiety about the same thing as much as possible, because you're
No,
always
it's-
gonna
it's
have
very-
like a
Actually,
weird,
I think that's a good
very
way to
good.
kind of go about if you're having, like aging anxiety or like I haven't done this or like I didn't
Yeah.
do this right. It's like to make sure that month you do something that you're like, oh, that was something that I'm gonna be so proud I did
Yeah.
for the next year.
Yep.
You know, like I don't know, even if it's as crazy as skydiving or something like, oh, I'm not that adventurous anymore.
But being preventative. Preventing the anxiety that would come later. on.
Later, because it's like you did at least that, like something really cool, or you
Yeah.
traveled somewhere that you haven't been, or you asked that person out that you never thought you'd ask out, like something where I don't know, whatever area of your life that you feel kind of neglecting.
Yes.
So
Wait, why did I bring up death?
death by coconut.
we were talking
Before-
Well,
about.
we're saying, would you want to know when you
Before
died?
that. How did we get here?
Yeah, we were talking goofy deaths.
What was before the coconut?
I don't know why you brought up a coconut. Now I can't.
Oh,
remember.
because we were talking about cakes and slamming face
Oh, we're saying
yeah, because
embarrassing-
you put the cake in my face.
I said
There we
Final
go.
Destination.
Yeah, there
and
we
cake. You
go.
put the
But
cake
I
in my
so now,
face.
but I actually do think that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want to know when I died because I feel like the whole time I'd be counting down my days. But at the same time, maybe it makes you more grateful.
Yeah, it might make you more intentional. Like that's
Yeah.
what made me bring back the whole neuroticism thing. So
I would want to know.
But-
I don't want to know. I don't want to know because I'll obsess about it too much.
But this is
I
the
want to
thing-
know.
But this is the thing. What if you thought, okay, my death is in 15 years, but it was a really, really horrific death.
I think I want to know less than now thinking about it, I feel like I would want to know about it if it was really soon. So then I
Oh.
could just wow the fuck out
Yeah,
and do
that's
whatever I
true.
want to do.
Damn, right? Because part of me is thinking I would think about that every day if I knew.
So then you'd want to
And-
live more life. Because look, death is inevitable. It's going to happen anyway. I
Yeah.
would want to know. So I could just stop giving such a shit.
You know what's the
and, like, just
craziest-
enjoy life.
You know what's crazy to think right now? Like 1 second ago, we were younger than we are now.
Shut up. Shut up. By
By the way, we're already a second
no,
older.
we're aging.
We're aging right now.
We're aging
Do you realize how fast
so
we're aging?
rapidly.
You know what's crazy? We're having this conversation and none of us are high.
Oh my god, I know. I
a
know.
very high
This is such a
conversation.
high
Sophia
conversation.
and I always say we don't need drugs or alcohol to hang.
No.
Because we will have fun at the club without. We could be totally sober
No.
and fine.
No, I honestly am.
Is this
that
a high conversation?
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
No. I do high things in terms of, okay, if I need to like have a perspective change, I usually watch those videos of like a person on Earth and then they just zoom back as far as you can and then
Oh,
you
I
just see
love
all the
those.
galaxies and like how big the planets are in comparison to where you were. And then I start going to this whole like space wormhole about like, oh my God, like what's out there?
Do you actually think
How we're
there's-
so small and insignificant.
I mean, I believe in aliens.
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
But I was having a conversation with someone the other day about just random conspiracies like, is the earth flat? Did dinosaurs build the pyramids?
No,
I haven't heard that one.
I haven't heard that one either.
Oh, I have a photo evidence.
Dinosaurs
Want
are?
to see this evidence? This is
Sistine,
crazy.
a Stegosaurus didn't build a pyramid.
It seems like
This
they didn't
is-
have the right arms for
Yeah,
that.
I don't think the T-Rex couldn't literally
T-Rex,
get up there at that time.
Tell me this isn't the most factual evidence you could ever have.
It isn't. I haven't seen it yet, but it
This
is.
is not factual at all. Let's just reiterate
on.
that.
Boom.
Wow, that
Sistine.
looks good. I mean, good.
There it's they
Wow.
did it.
Sistine's showing a
The first
a
one reminded
painting.
me of a crane a lot.
Look
so
at they got
I would give you
Yeah,
that.
biceps.
Sistine is showing
Wow.
Sistine is showing T-Rexes holding a massive block on their back.
Okay, well, what's a conspiracy? Oh my god, this one
No,
has
we
a
do
little
not
hat
need to do
on.
any conspiracies.
Oh, okay.
No, but you know what I think is insane? Speaking of just as crazy as dinosaurs building pyramids, is the new Instagram update. Oh, yeah, have you seen how you can add 20 photos?
Why would anyone want to do that?
I'm sorry, I don't want to see your pool in 8 different angles. Like, you're giving people way too much power to post so much content. Like, I don't know if I'm going to scroll through 20 photos of someone's
I
trip.
miss the old Instagram. Remember that stupid little logo it had before? It was like a
Yeah.
vintage camera. Like, I miss the sepia filters.
The simplicity of it.
Valencia Pro.
The old days.
Yeah, now it's like Paris. Don't get me wrong, I use it. But I did see that there was also an update, I could be wrong, where when you post a photo with the newest version of the update, it shows what filters you used or if it was like from Facetune or something.
Please don't tell me that.
I swear.
They're gonna start snitching on people that are
Yeah,
using
I think
Facetune.
they're-
I
yeah,
love
I-
that.
I
That's
actually know
hilarious.
what-
I love that.
I did see, so I think they're doing like test runs because some people have it, some people don't.
Girls are gonna go fucking
Dude, I don't know.
nuts.
I'm not going to post ever again.
You can't just you just
can't.
admitted to altering photos.
Yeah.
We don't do
if
that.
I
We're
have
stunning.
if I have acne, I'm gonna blur it out.
well, duh.
Duh.
It should
Duh.
tell you what you did in the
That's
Facetune.
that's the thing. If it was exposing me for like, oh, she blurred it, I'm fine. Sue me.
I
my
will say
Instagram
my
photo.
Facetune photos in high school were so
bad.
obvious. Like an entire wall would be curved.
Mine were
for my
really
butt.
bad as well.
Like it was so
No, my
funny.
sharp jawline.
so funny.
my
I used to
sharp
draw
jawline.
on. I would draw on like eyeliner, and you could tell. Like
No.
it was so awful.
No, it was so bad. I think also what was it that I always did? Oh, I defined things like my eyes. I would make them sparkle like I was fucking Edward Cullen. Like I don't know where I thought that I could get away
no,
with
it's
that.
crazy. But then at the same time, I think it's there's a level to it, right? Like no shade to anyone that uses Facetune because been there, done that. But there's so many people that we know in our life that do it to an extreme, do it to such an intense level where that looks like a different person
Yeah.
in real life. And I feel like that's a big issue with online dating as well, because I went out with a guy and I guarantee he Facetuned his stuff, looked nothing like his dating
Yeah.
profile.
Even if
Nothing.
he hadn't like catfished you, essentially, how would you feel about like a dude using Facetune?
Oh, but can I tell you a story about college? A guy doing that
For
and he
sure.
got exposed. You're gonna
Oh.
die. This is the best story ever.
Oh.
So we were freshman year, And there was this guy. I'm gonna call him Chad because he's this fat guy. So
Nice.
I'm gonna lean into it. And I remember we're all at the bar, and we'd just gone back from a weekender in Vegas. So guys from frats can bring dates and whatever, and you're by the pool. So him and his date, I guess, took a photo by the pool. And I guess when they got back, he uploaded the photo. She goes on his Instagram, zooms in on the photo. It is clear he edited her body on the sides, her waist, and defined his abs. And you guys, it was so obvious. I can't even explain to you. Like,
How would you feel? I would be so.
it was so
I don't know if
bad.
I'd be like, thank you, or so angry.
No,
You'd be angry.
I
would be
let me tell you.
so pissed off if a guy
That's fucked up.
decided to give. Look, I'd be like, if it was okay. This is so bad.
I mean, I just said that I'd be angry.
if it was like unnoticeable, I'd be
That's
like,
what I mean.
hourglass. I'd be like hourglass.
No,
Have
that's
some
what I mean.
couth. Have
No.
some couth with your face.
No, I was gonna say, first of all, do it with a finer eye. But I was gonna say, if it
Send it to me first.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with enhancements. The worst thing is when you take a photo with a girl, right? And she only Facetunes herself and then posts it, and you're like, bitch, you're really not gonna
No, it's
smooth my
bad.
skin
It's
too
bad.
while you're
Oh,
there?
you're saying like a girlfriend. I was thinking
Yeah.
about this as like a dude and a girl, but
No,
you're
no,
saying
like a
one of your
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Like, she'll
Guys,
just
I feel like that's
Facetune
very
herself.
common.
That
No,
is
but that's
so
catty.
common.
That is
I
not
can-
nice.
But I can always tell, like on dating apps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's a girl that has like a friend pick
I know
up
exactly
with like
what
other
you're
girls,
talking
I can always tell exactly who it is from like who looks
blown
best
out.
in the picture.
She's not a girl's girl if she's
No.
not smoothing your skin
Ev-
alongside hers.
Listen,
It
No.
is-
every girl does that.
Every
though.
girl does
Every
that.
girl's
They
profile
don't
I've
think
ever
about
seen.
it, and I think that is so selfish. Though you know she's your friend is when she sends it to you after for you to
for
work
approval.
on it for approval.
Oh, you know what? That's a good friend.
That's a good friend.
When they send it to you, say, I already did myself. Go ahead, edit.
It's a group project.
Because I'll tell you why. There's and
Let's
girls,
trick the masses together.
women really understand when I will say this. There's different techniques that people use for their personal Facetune, right? Like the way one girl will edit Facetune, maybe she'll do more enhancement, more smooth. Some girls like to do it so minimal that like only she would really notice that it's Facetuned, but it like makes her feel better. So you need the girl to be like, I already did myself, you do your own. That's a good friend.
And I also just want to please put this out there. If you're using Facetune, no shame. I hate people.
Wait, by the
that-
way, we're talking about we love it.
No, but I like
Sponsor us,
I hate, no, but
Facetune.
I hate people that are like, oh, like you can't do it. It's not. If you're not secure about something and it makes you feel better posting a photo
Well, listen.
that like maybe like blurs some wrinkles or your acne. Yeah, I mean, look, am I saying go in and like fully
Sophia,
transform
you don't
your
even have
body?
to almost shut you up because you don't have to explain yourself to anyone right
You know
now.
what I'm saying?
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has them.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone.
It's like
Facetune is the same thing as like when girls or guys say, I think makeup is bad for society. I literally live, die, breathe putting on makeup. I love it. I don't think it's a bad thing. It makes me happy.
and it's
Getting cosmetic surgery.
That's what I was gonna compare it to.
You're
I was
not
like, you know
doing
what?
it.
If a girl doesn't like her
Fine.
nose and she wants to get a nose job, do it. It's not my nose.
Live
Do
your
it. I
life.
don't care if you want to smooth your body out. Do it. But okay, but to going back to the guy that edited the girl's body, that was fucked up.
That's
Don't-
fucked
that's
up.
fucked up. I just want to please.
That's-
We're making a joke that we'd be like, yeah, like give us that.
No, that's
hourglass.
not right.
It's not right. I would be so pissed off if a guy was editing my body and then posted it. Yeah, like I don't think don't touch her body, especially when it wasn't like her boyfriend or anything. It was
No,
so
that's
random.
just weird.
And he got shit on, and it was also so
Oh,
obvious.
he got
like,
caught.
no, he defined to the point where it was like it looked like a statue that you would see in a museum, like ripples.
I will say-
And
I
was
will
like,
say
where
this.
did that come from?
I will say this, not from my personal experience, but I've heard from several other women that they've received nudes from guys that were Facetuned.
Do guys not notice that like you can see if it's sent from Facetune?
Dude, they Thank you, Sophia, for saying that.
Yeah.
You know when a girl sends you a photo and you save it to your camera roll and you slide up so you can see all the info, whatever, it can be like copied from Facetune.
Yeah.
It literally says that.
So you can see if a girl has edited her photos.
Yeah, I knew that there was like some kind of information. Like I've never done it before, but I know enough.
Ladies,
Screenshot
screenshot
it.
it and crop it out.
You do
Screenshot it.
Screenshot the
There
photo.
hasn't been a photo I haven't sent to guy that it says screenshot at 6:52. It's like not straight from the camera. Chris is like, Jesus Christ.
I know we're like, I don't know what other podcasts are talking about, but this is funny for us. No, but it's funny because it's like I think about like, okay, I'm like a guy wants me to send him a selfie, right? I'm like, fuck, okay, I look like shit right now, and I know like I have like dark circles and the lighting's not great.
Hey, maybe he would like that. But
No.
we're not at that stage.
But I'm not at
yet.
that stage yet. I just
No.
met you, so like I'll fix under my eyes, right? And I'll be like, cute. I'll put it under. I'll whatever save the photo, and maybe he asked for this like 30 minutes ago or whatever.
Oh, it's always like 45 minutes
But
later.
it's funny also, like let's say if you took a photo with your boyfriend and you're like, fuck, like it's a beautiful photo of us, but like there's something that's bothering me, and you edit it, and then it doesn't have the correct timestamp of like when you actually took the photo, and it says like 2 minutes ago, and you're like, wait a minute, and like you're just hoping that they don't notice that it's just
I did that recently. It was like a film camera roll that I developed last October.
yeah.
And it was like screenshotted at today. I was
Yeah.
like,
You're like,
sorry.
no one noticed, no one said anything.
Sorry.
Whatever. Moral of the story: if you feel better with posting photos with the little tweaks, who cares? Do it.
Moral of the story is not that. Moral of the story is if you're gonna Facetune yourself, Facetune your friend. Period. That's the moral of the story.
Or send it to them so
Or
that they
send
can
it to
workshop
them.
it themselves.
Literally, I think that might be like the ultimate betrayal as a girlfriend. I'm really trying to think of. I mean, hooking up with her ex, not as bad.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
What a proclamation.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
Jesus. Well, speaking of exes and us being single, you know what's coming around the corner?
What?
Halloween.
It's cuffing season.
Oh.
It's fall in the winter.
By the way, Sophia finally said something the other day where I just said, now you see it. Now you see where I'm coming from.
What?
Out of nowhere, she says when we're in the kitchen, you know, I've realized I kind of like a squishy body on a guy. I said, thank you. I've been saying that.
Is it dad bod season?
No, it's dad bod year
No,
round,
Oh, shit.
every
We
year
like a guy
for
that's
every
in shape,
century.
but like I don't need him to be sculpted
you-
like Hercules.
But you liked like the toned look, and I said, listen,
yeah, I like a toned look. That's
they're not comfortable to cuddle with, not at all. They're overly, paying attention to their diet, so they don't want to have fun and loosen up a little bit. Eat a corn dog at a game. I don't know. Like they won't have a beer. They'll just they'll order all the fun food for you, and then they won't eat it.
This is what's so great about from summer.
work
to
out
fall.
too
No, this is
much.
what's great. Summer is lean season. You kind of are like in the sun. You're walking a lot. You're getting tan. Your ribs. By the way, no complaints on the West Side Highway. I'm enjoying the view, but. Now
Period.
fall coming around, everyone's gonna start going indoors
I
a
love
little
squishy.
bit, have a
Love
little
it.
bit more like hot cocoa or hot toddies or some beers,
Yeah.
and you're just gonna want that comfort food when you're watching Harry Potter. And I'm just so
The
so-
belly keeps you warm.
Yeah, but I'm just,
Ooh.
but like regardless of men, like I'm just so excited for fall. So excited for fall.
because Harry Potter's coming out.
First of all, we have a Harry Potter marathon
Yeah.
to get into, but not only that, everyone's back in the city. Finally,
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like been ghost town central here. But I'm also just excited to not wear shorts. Like I get to wear hoodies out, and it's like I'm not sweating.
I never thought I would say that.
I know. I'm like really looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the over applying of spray tan that we will have to do, but other than that.
Forgot about that.
But I'm trying to get into like the fall trends. Like I just got some ballet flats. I know it's in. You made fun of me for wanting that for my birthday.
You know,
What?
Sophia's styly challenged.
Wow.
Styly challenge.
Yes, it doesn't come natural to you.
Fashionably
We know.
challenged.
I'm gonna say styly challenged.
Okay.
Because like you have great fashion pieces in your closet. You have no fucking clue how to put anything
I have
together.
no idea.
She'll put like orange and pink together. Like she does not know.
have
But
no
I do
idea.
have to say, I feel like we decked you out for your birthday with some good stuff.
Yeah.
You see the bling on her? Yeah, I made
Bling,
that.
bling.
I made that.
She made this.
Wow, that's very nice.
I know. Is this nice? It's really cute. But
I'm
yeah,
a
no.
DIY girl these days.
But I really want. But that's why I love fall. Is that it really just means Uggs, jeans, and a sweater. I can do that in my sleep, and that's all I own, anyways. But my point is that it is cuffing season. So you know what that means, ladies. If you're single, you got 2 months to recruit 2 months to cuff.
You have 2 months to find someone that's good enough to bring home to mom.
September, October.
You better hurry.
September, October is recruitment season. Everybody's out
100%.
socializing. It's not that cold yet. So that is where you're on the prowl. That's where you look for that cuddle buddy during the cold time. And then when November, December, and January comes along, you have him, you're cuffed, it's ball and chain.
You know what's crazy? I feel like this night of the year, I've heard so many people get into relationships and they met their partner at this night of the year, Halloween. The amount of people that get into relationships because they meet someone at a Halloween party is
It's
just
wild.
at ours last year. 4 relationships came out of it. 4.
Do you think
Who
it's
the fuck
because
was I?
do you think it's because when you put on a Halloween costume you're a little bit more confident? Than
You drink a
normally
little
are?
more. You're a little more
Right?
confident.
Because
you feel like
you're
an
not
alter
you.
ego.
You're not you.
You're not you when you're
Yeah, and
hungry.
usually you look hot also.
Exactly.
There's that.
There's that like level.
Ow.
There's that level of you looking a little hot. I'm gonna be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, so clearly I will be a-okay.
I'm gonna be a dominatrix.
You guys, wow. Okay.
That's
All right.
not what she's actually.
Actually, I don't know what I'm gonna be. Something
I-
like
Avril Lavigne-ish.
punk, emo,
I think she should be Avril Lavigne.
angry.
I need suggestions because I always pick my Halloween costume like the day before the
Chris,
day
I'm not
of.
gonna
is
lie,
what we
but can I
do.
tell you, guys need to be very careful about their Halloween costumes because they can be a very big ick.
Yeah,
tell you.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Like,
But also
You
what I
gotta
don't
choose a
like
good
is
one.
when guys don't try.
yeah, I don't like when they don't try either.
Lame.
I'll try to be
Boo.
creative with it, but it's always on like a very short schedule.
That's fine.
No, it's fine.
Let me cook. Let me figure
Like-
this out.
I was Ferris Bueller at your Halloween party last year because
that what you
Mueller.
were?
Yeah, but you just look like a guy.
You look like
Yeah,
a normal
it is-
dude.
You look like a guy, but I'll do the side by side.
You
Like
can do
there was some
average
effort
shows.
into
You
it.
could do dodgeball.
No,
Okay.
Sophia, that's
That
an
was
ick.
easy.
The gold, the gold gym
I
shorts.
love that
no.
movie. I don't know.
No, just
If you
be
can
like,
dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
It's the best fucking movie.
It's so good. We have to
I will
watch it
not
again.
be able to dodge a wrench at that
No.
party.
Oh my
I'll
god,
be
that
hammered.
would be funny. I will dress up with you and I'll have wrenches, fake ones, and I'll just like start throwing them at you.
Okay.
That could be kind of funny the whole time. And then you can have like a black eye from like one of the wrenches hitting you.
This girl.
Sorry.
Assault.
But it is that. But I said a fake wrench. I said fake wrenches. I don't know
Okay.
where you can buy fake wrench. But my point is that I do think that the reason why Halloween is probably where you meet a lot of people is also everyone is social as much as they can during
Yeah.
October. So everyone is out really trying to, and also it's the time you kind of are hoping you meet someone.
Wait,
like
and by
everyone's
the way-
open to it.
Okay, since so many relationships came out of the party that we had planned,
Yeah.
right? I heard it's like if you set up 3 or 4 successful relationships, one will come back to you.
Like, oh, it's like Cupid. If you do 3, you get 1.
Fuck.
I feel like we're Cupid.
But like we're not getting anything in return.
I know. Well,
She literally said yesterday, I feel like I'm married to Sistine. That's not a person I want to be married to. I love you. Do you want to be married to me?
no, Sistine, I definitely don't want to be married to you.
There we go.
But we did say that I'm very surprised how much we do get along for how often we're with each
I
other.
don't think we have a choice. If we don't get along,
No, but
a
it's
toxic environment.
it's really impressive that we are with each other every single day.
Because I annoy the shit out of you, but you low key like it even though you act like you don't.
Yeah, she always just stares at me and gives me mean looks.
You
Like,
guys have 2 things against each other though, which is sisters and also podcast co-hosts.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
honestly, the co-host thing is worse.
it's way worse. And also, can I tell you,
Because it's dividing the work.
you
yeah.
think that we're talkative now? We talk like this all the day.
No, we don't
long.
stop talking.
It's impressive that you have things to talk about when you
Yeah.
come in here.
Honestly, you
Non-stop.
should have seen us last night when we were watching Love Is Blind UK. We actually said, we paused the show. We said, we wish someone was recording us right now because our commentary on the show, it could have.
No, there's truly
things we couldn't
nothing-
probably say, but like
There's nothing
it's-
like a sister. I don't even want to say banter. It's like our own language.
Yeah.
It's a dialogue that I won't even have to explain the joke or why I'm doing something. You'll know why I'm doing it, and then you'll make it funnier.
Totally.
I love it.
I love it. I love you.
You do? Kiss the ring.
Okay, this is where we get too far. Well, we are not doing a listener question this week because we definitely went over time.
But I would like to mention this about the listener questions. I, the tech genius I am, added a question box in our bio. So if you click on the Linktree bio on Unwaxed Instagram, you'll see that there's a section for unsolicited advice. Type your question there. You can make it as long as you want. and we will read all of them.
And you also can send in some story times because it could be fun to just make some
Story
comments,
times,
like
yes.
not us just giving
All anonymous.
some weird advice. Yeah,
I love that.
and we're so excited to introduce Chris to the group
Chris, you did so
officially.
Thank you for having me.
He's single, ladies. If you
Single
know,
DMs are very much open.
he definitely will probably answer.
oh,
Damn, I'm out here bad.
that was harsh.
Okay, well, if I'm roasting her, you're getting roasted as well. And
Yeah,
we
welcome.
will see you next Tuesday. Bye.